Morning, guys. I have my coffee and I was looking at the group. This is crazy work. Like, what happened yesterday was amazing. Just look at that. Let me show you exactly the trades that I'm talking about. I mean, we launched a new giveaway, but after that, look at those gold sales. Just look at that. It is simply amazing. We caught the move from the top and again gave another sell. And again, it hit all take profits. Again and again and again, another one. So yeah, this was the result. This is what the members got. That's just crazy. And what's crazier is that the whole team agreed on the sales, but besides that, I announced that the low is going to be taken on Instagram. Like, I posted the outlook on Sunday and I posted it inside Telegram as well. So if you keep track of our activity, you can actually catch those moves with us. Because first of all, I showed you the outlook, I showed you the idea behind the trades. Second, we sent so many trades yesterday, right? We had 5 trades, they all hit take profit. So yeah, we are giving you everything from the theory part to the courses to the trade ideas and also the support, because we have support included. And let's not forget that everything is for free. And this is the number of members that we got at this point inside the premium group. If you're curious about the premium group, just access the link in the description and you will be sent here to our public channel, and you will see this message that explains you exactly how to enter the premium limited group, which again is free of charge, but you have to enter by showing us that you trade on a live account. Guys, what's up? I just moved into another apartment and guess what's happening? 18k in profit. Yeah, the account wasn't looking really nice, but look at that now. Like, okay, we got back to normal, we got back in profit, and the account had a couple of thousands inside. Sachi is so happy in there. I'm so happy too, because look at that. New home, new opportunities in the market, new profits. That's so cool. And like always, I have to show you that this is a real account and this is on Mix Atlantic. Okay guys, I arrived in front of my laptop, I just did my nails. Not that this is the interesting part for you, I'm pretty sure it isn't. The interesting part should be about the trades, right? We were discussing about this account, which is currently 23k in profit. You can see that it looks a little bit weird. It says minus 122 when it comes to the balance. That's because I had more positions opened in the past, but they took stop loss. However, the profit from the other positions still keep the account active. At this moment, it's doing pretty well. I don't want you to think that I'm crazy and I'm not closing those, or I don't want you to think that my stop loss is the initial stop loss or break even. No, my stop loss is set high. So in case that gold makes a bearish retracement, I will still close a lot in profit. So I figured that today is a good day for me to explain you a quick analysis, a breakdown of how I took those trades. Basically, this is one single trade idea, which is split in 9 different trades. And of course, like always, do not forget to like and subscribe and to leave your questions in the comments, because I'm actively reading all of them and I appreciate all your support, and also I appreciate everyone that joins the Telegram group and the premium group as well. Alright guys, so what's up with this trade? What's happening with the 9 layers? First of all, instead of setting the position like that, setting the buys like this, I simply set the entries as lines. This here is an entry, another entry a bit above, more entries here, here, and here. And of course, the whole scenario is based on the lower time frames too. So there were multiple layers here, multiple layers in here, and a bunch of layers in here. But besides the lower time frame analysis, the higher time frame was the one that mattered a lot. And I posted an outlook some time ago on Instagram, and I mentioned the fact that the market was somewhere in here, the price was here. It was something like that. And I said that I do not think that this low is going to hold. The market needs more liquidity, meaning to take this low before coming up again. And long story short, this is what happened. This low was taken, and this was a good sign for me, because as you can see, this low was taken. There was an entry opportunity in here. Below the first low, you could have searched for some buys in here that wouldn't last too long. However, after a while, this low was taken too. And I considered that at this point, there is a demand chain being formed on 4 hours. There was this demand area, continued by this one, and somewhere in here, as we can see, it continued with the third one. So at the moment, if I zoom out, we are in some kind of range on 4 hours. We have those highs, we have this supply chain, and those lows that keep holding pretty well. So I just tried to take a good entry in here, and I saw this nice bullish reaction, this nice imbalance that was formed, and I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity. I will take some more entries in here, and maybe the price will continue going higher and higher until it reaches maybe this area again, or it even pushes further above that in order to take all of this liquidity that is sitting over here, because that's a lot of liquidity. One high, second high, third high, fourth high. At this point, it should be taken. This is such a huge range, and of course we can ping pong, right? We are pro trend when we're taking buys. However, we can take buys from here and sells from this area. But again, because the pro trend is bullish, there are more chances for our trade to go right if we take buys. So this was the opportunity, and of course it was a nice one. We have a lot of profit. We covered the losses from last week. I'm so happy about that. I was so sad last week because I took some stop losses. I lost over 6K. Basically, I flipped an account and then I lost it. I made an entire vlog about it. I'm gonna post it here in case you don't remember. I was kind of disappointed. I wasn't in the right state of mind, but as you can see, I left it all behind. I didn't put a lot of pressure on me, and funny how things just turned to this situation right now. There is no possibility for me to blow this because again, my stop loss, it set a lot in profit. So there is no possibility for me to lose the account. However, there is a big chance that gold will continue bullish more. The profit will grow even more than 23K. Let's see. And currently I'm sitting at 35K, between 34 and 35K in profit on this account of minus 122. Well, that's funny, but this is the current situation. This is a real account. It's funny, it's interesting. As I told you before, when you catch a good move on gold and you ride the wave, that wave can continue nicely. Yeah, I may blow accounts from time to time, guys, but is it worth it in the end? It is way more than worth it because the risk that I take is way less than the reward after all. I may blow a couple of 1K, 2K accounts, but if I make like 30K out of one of them, well, does it really matter in the end because my risk management is pretty good. And when it comes to trading in this aggressive way, which by the way, I do not recommend to everyone. I do not believe that everyone should trade high risk. Of course, there is low risk, there is mid risk that you can manage pretty well. But when you do trade high risk, you have to have a little bit of craziness in you. That's one. To have a little bit of delusion as well, which means that you shouldn't really care about what happens to your capital inside the account, but in a more responsible way, if that's the term. I don't know how to explain. You simply do not have to attach to the money inside your account because a lot of people would be extremely sad. Maybe they will get mad, disappointed if they see that, for example, they blow an account, if they see that the account goes to zero, especially on a broker and not a pro firm, okay? When those things happen, some people are really fragile. Well, if you want to flip those numbers, if you want to see something like that, you have to give up on emotion completely. You have to not care. You have to act like there's nothing bad happening, even when something bad happens, like blowing your account. But after a while, you will see that it's worth it if you manage this strategy in a good way, if you manage those entries, if you know how to act during those trades, because you need some kind of strength, right? You will see that eventually you will have nice profits like the one that you see in here. As I mentioned before, I had some positions open that went directly into stop loss, but what saved this account was the fact that I had those trades that were in profit and that helped me keep this trading account active.
A few moments later.
It's Friday currently, and this is what happened to the price. It finally arrived in the area that I was talking about earlier. See, this one. And at this point, I'm just swing trading, okay? Those aren't some scalps. This is how the account looks like. Is at 36k profit. I closed some trades to increase the balance a little bit because, as you can see, it was negative. But surprise, surprise, we have a sell. We are hedging right now, and this sell is not doing great. Why is that? It's because this area, this supply area, didn't give a nice bearish reaction yet. However, I expect it. Trust me, you should be on top of your emotions when you're hedging, because low-key you're waiting for the bias to go above, but in the same time you want your sell to go right as well. So what I would like is to see those lows being taken, or at least for gold to come back somewhere in this area where I can close my sell, and then maybe it will push above it and it will continue higher. Who knows, maybe it will even go for the all-time high. Why am I saying that? It's because, like, look at how much liquidity is resting over here.
A few moments later.
Alright, so this is the current situation. I just wanted to give you an update. I'm drinking my celery juice with my electrolytes. It looks awful, but it's for health. Maybe the account doesn't look that great either with the last trade that I took, but when you're a great trader, you know that you have to be patient and to wait and to take action in the right time. So hopefully we will close all those trades in profit.
The next day.
It's Monday now, guys. A new trading week with new opportunities. Are you ready, Sachi? I think he's ready as well. Let me show you exactly where my trades sit at, because I didn't close them yet. Okay, 30k at the moment. The account is at $500. That's an insane profit. Probably this will get taken out of context. I imagine that I'm going to do some reels out of this vlog. There will be parts taken out of context, and you will see $500 capital with 30k profit, and a lot of people will call me a scam because that's an insane amount. I want to repeat the fact that this doesn't happen often, obviously, and you have to ride the wave with gold. So when you see some good fundamentals, when you know what might happen to gold, you can do something like that. But of course, it's high risk. And all this morning, I was talking to a friend regarding money, and I realized one thing that I didn't really say here on this channel, which is that your relationship with money will dictate how good or bad you will perform in trading. It's not only about technicals, it's not only about fundamentals, but the moment in which you have a negative mentality regarding money, it's exactly the moment when you will see that you will start losing. Because based on your mentality, you will start to make decisions. You will be like, oh, my stop loss is too big. Look at how much money I'm losing. I should stop now. So you will maybe close the trades before the initial stop loss just because you're scared. And then guess what? The market will continue in the favorable direction, and you realize that, oh, if I was patient enough, I could have won the trade. If you think that you have to work hard in order to make money, again, you will see that you will have so many problems when it comes to trading. Your beliefs are going to dictate the way that you're seeing the market. Your risk management will be affected, your trading plan will be affected, because you will take impulsive decisions based on your relationship with money. If you have a poor relationship with money, you will see it being reflected in your trading. Again, another thing that I consider that you should never say is that, oh, this is so expensive, this house is so expensive, this purse is so expensive, I don't want to go to this dinner because, again, it's so expensive. No, it's not expensive. Do not say that out loud, because, again, it will affect your consciousness, it will affect your brain, and you will think that you do not deserve certain things. And instead of saying it out loud and imprinting that in your brain, realize that there are a lot of money on this earth. Money are circulating from one point to another, and it can always be your turn. Think in this way, okay? Just realize that out there, banks are printing unlimited money sometimes. Like, it makes absolutely no sense. There are billionaires, there are a lot of millionaires nowadays. Why shouldn't it be your turn Are you okay with 1K salary per month? Are you okay with this amount? Do you really think that you do not deserve more than that? Do you think that it will never be your turn? What do other people have that you don't in order to achieve this money? And if you find excuses like, oh, this is generational wealth, or they got lucky, or whatever reason, stop putting the negative in front of the positive and start thinking in a good way, in a favorable way for you. You can mention things like, oh, I deserve this as well. If they can do it, I can do it as well. If something bad happens, like you are in a losing streak, do not put a lot of importance on it. Learn something from it and then come back stronger. Do not get too affected. Do not get too negative, because again, it will reflect in your trading. Even if you think it doesn't or not, I'm telling you that it will affect you. There might be expensive things for you, for me, I don't know, I can't afford a yacht right now. It's way too much. But do I say that a yacht is expensive? No, I will never say that, just because, again, it will affect me in a negative way. It will make me think that I'm in a lack. What I can say is that, okay, if I want to afford that yacht, I will have to work more. I will go on a journey in order to achieve that at one point. Do I want a yacht right now? No, I do not want that. It's just an example, but it can be anything. It can be a car that you want. It can be a watch. It can be, I don't know, buying your family a house, traveling around to some place, eating at a certain restaurant, having a good life, offering something to your loved ones. It's not too expensive. Never say that out loud. You do not realize how important it is to use the right words only for you to hear them. Like, I'm so sorry that English is not my native language, because obviously I could explain this way better in Romanian, and I have a lot of ideas like this, but I believe that most of my trading success came from the fact that I believe that anything is possible, and if somebody else did it, I can do it as well. What do they have that I don't? Maybe they exercised more. Maybe they practiced more. Maybe they took more fails than I did. Do not be afraid of failure. Personally, I'm not afraid of going to zero. I'm not afraid of starting again. Why? Because this time I have knowledge. I have wisdom. So what I did once, I can do it over and over again. And that's why you should invest so much in your own self, because at the end of the day, that's all that you have. Without the objects that you have around you, without the money that you own right now, you have yourself. And this should be your biggest investment. Invest in your mental health, invest in your brain, invest in your knowledge. For example, if I go on a trip somewhere nice, that's an investment for my own self, not because I just want to relax. I want to make sure that my brain will function clearly when I'm going to take the trades that I want to take in the next couple of weeks. Everything is calculated, and all that I'm trying to do is to make my mind clear. Because there was a period in my life, I have the counter example as well, where I didn't put so much accent on my well-being, on my head, on my brain. And I got in a state of burnout and depression, and it was really tough for me to get out of it. And after I got out of it, I realized that, by the way, it lasted for around 1 month and it was terrible. But after I got out of it, I realized the importance of your own mind. We are living in our own minds. This is our reality. Maybe my reality is different than your reality, but you should be completely focused on your reality. You should make sure that you're thinking in healthy, positive ways. You should make sure that you enjoy your life. You should make sure that you trust yourself. And then you will see that after you work on yourself in this way, you will finally be able to apply technical analysis, fundamentals, and other things that are really important in trading. But now you may realize why trading works for some people and it doesn't work for others. And this is why not the most intelligent traders are the ones that are being profitable, but the ones that are connected to their own emotions.